you're out with friends and want to show them a cool video or game, you just want to gather everybody around and show it right then and there. But let's admit it, speaker performance on smartphones, it's actually pretty awful. The result is always the same. The sound is tinny and distant. Everyone around you strains to hear what's going on. So with the HTC One, we're pleased to introduce you to Boom Sound, which combines two front-facing speakers that deliver true stereo sound and a powerful built-in amplifier with Beats audio to deliver sound that you won't believe comes from a phone. Why front-facing stereo speakers on a phone? First, humans aren't made in mono. Second, it just makes sense. Sound is directional, and it's way better when it hits you head on. To go along with this great audio quality, we've also designed a new music player that takes advantage of the cloud. How many times have you wanted to know what an artist is singing? So now, when you're listening to a song, you can launch a visualizer that pulls the lyrics down and plays it along with the music in real time. The HTC One not only gives you great audio, it changes the way you record and capture the sounds of life. You've probably recorded a concert or party thinking it's going to be awesome because your phone shoots high-res video. But you quickly realize that the sound actually makes the video unwatchable. And in these situations, noise cancellation won't help you because the sounds overwhelm the small mic in your phone. So the HTC One uses two microphones, each with dual membranes, to give you HDR recording. The phone captures a broader spectrum of sound, then evaluates and integrates the two signals to produce clear, undistorted, high-quality audio. These dual mics also make your phone's calls sound great. Any good smartphone these days does noise cancellation. It's to help you make sure that the person on the other end can hear you. That's fine if you're listening to chamber music. But what about when you're out at a club, or a party, or a concert? Noise cancellation, it isn't enough. So the new HTC One goes even further. Now when you're making a call, the phone monitors the ambient noise around you. It dynamically adjusts the in-call volume and also the frequency response, so that when you're somewhere noisy, you can still hear the person on the other end. Front-facing stereo speakers, the next generation built-in amplifier, Beats audio, HDR recording, and dynamic in-call volume and frequency adjustments. HTC One combines all these things to give you an unprecedented audio experience. You know, for most of us, when we watch TV, we've got our phone with us. So with the new HTC One, we've integrated infrared, so you can control your TV, your set-top box, your receiver. And it provides controls like power, the ability to change channel and adjust volume. And with the power of the cloud, you can find shows by interest, channel, or title, and jump right to a program just by selecting it. With Sense TV, we've made it easier to find the shows you love and control your living room right from the phone. It's a really cool experience and you'll be able to play with it down in the demo area a little later on. Last year, HTC showed new possibilities with mobile photography. We were the first to give you new camera experiences like video pick, continuous shooting, and the best front-facing camera in the industry with an ultra-wide angle so you can capture more of you and your friends. Last year, our camera experience focused on making it fast and easy to capture a moment to make sure you never again miss another shot. The new HTC One makes those experiences even better. Just one example is the ability to switch between the rear and front camera by just swiping. But as we looked at how people use their cameras and what they want from their photos, we saw an opportunity to really shake things up. So the camera experience on the new HTC One gives you a true breakthrough, one that will redefine how you capture, relive, and share your memories. We started with an entirely new approach to the camera technology. For years, people have been misled about what's important in a camera. The focus on megapixels, it's not relevant. What really matters for image quality is not pixel count, but pixel size. Because bigger pixels take in more light. It's pure physics.
When we're looking at sort of new ideas and new user benefits, right, things we can do for people, we have to think about both the hardware and the software and the user experience and look at sort of what HTC has to bring to those solutions.
We wanted to approach it a little bit in a way that maybe an art house would.
Real passion became from thinking about the images I was taking and actually trying to turn that into products and into solutions.
Now that we've got these increasing levels of expectations and just performance, now we're starting to get more critical about things that we wouldn't even thought about it before.
I see the sort of infantile phase of the first digital cameras where you were playing with them. It was a curiosity and it was intriguing. Then that started to mature into, wow, these are now real cameras.
There's a certain balance between sort of what the optics can support and what a sensor size can be. And really what we're doing to try and balance that out and get the most of real image quality out of that.
The megapixel race, as we call the megapixel myth, I think that it just became a sales metric.
Now we're ready to talk about real image quality, not just megapixels for the sake of megapixels.
We've been aware of this problem, this dichotomy between the megapixel war and then the quality of the camera. So I think for us, it indeed became more of a question of when do we find the right moment, the right product to say, we're going to do it now. The market is ready for it.
So for the new HTC One, we started with this basic truth about photography. And we developed our own custom technology called the Ultra Pixel camera. These ultra pixels gather 300% more light than conventional sensors. This means better action shots, burst mode of up to 8 shots per second, ghostless HDR, and even HDR video. And when it comes to low light, these ultra pixel means the HTC One delivers a giant leap in what's possible. These are actual photos taken with the HTC One and our 2 top competitors in the exact same conditions. You can see how much brighter, clearer, and richer the photo from the HTC One is. In contrast, the images from our competitors are dark and grainy. Our ultra pixels absorb more light and beat 8 or 13 megapixel sensors found on conventional phones. That's a great set of technology. But why do we take photos in the first place? We take them because memory is fleeting. And photos help us relive and share those moments. However, the concept of a photo, it hasn't changed, even though the technology and what we do with it has changed radically over the last few years. So today, we're excited to introduce you to a brand new experience called HTC Zoe, where you can bring your photos to life. What is Zoe? At its core, it's simple. Zoe automatically captures high-res photos in a short HD video at the same time. You just press the shutter button like normal, and you capture not just an instant in time, but a window of time. You just focus on the moment, and your HTC One does the rest. After you've taken the shot, the real magic is that Zoe brings your gallery to life. No longer are you flicking through static photos. Now, you're looking at a living gallery. But what we really want our Zoes to do is tell a story. So sure, you could browse through every photo, Zoe, or video in your gallery, shot by shot, and create an album or a slideshow. But what if your phone could tell that story automatically and on the fly? So on the new HTC One, the gallery takes your Zoes, your photos, your videos, and in real time creates highlight movies. To be clear, you don't have to do anything. So designed by professional editors, these highlight movies automatically set your footage to music and adds effects, transitions, and crossfades. You can set the tone by choosing different themes, each with a unique editing style, soundtrack, and mood. To shuffle the content on the fly, just hit remix. It's super easy and fun, and completely changes how you capture and relive these moments. And you can easily send your highlight movie to friends and family by sharing to Facebook, YouTube, or email. It's a simple idea, but having used it over the last few months, I can tell you that for me, it's been profound. Now I take Zoe's knowing that there's a story my phone will create for me. In fact, it's so easy to use that we took Zoe's while you were coming in today. Here's the result. Another advantage of Zoe is that it provides you added flexibility later on. For example, you can combine a series of shots into a single image. Or you can take out unwanted people and objects. So that's a summary of how HTC One is reinventing photography. All new experiences powered by a breakthrough ultra-pixel camera. HTC Zoe, an incredible live gallery, and awesome highlight videos. So one thing we haven't talked about is the industrial design. What does it feel like when you pick it up for the first time. When it comes to design, HTC is known for being bold. And we follow 3 basic principles: simple, crafted, and human. We realize that your smartphone is the most personal item that you own. The new HTC One is simply the most beautiful phone ever made. When you pick it up, you'll realize it has a super premium feeling like no other phone. What makes it feel so great? Well, the new HTC One has a true purity of design. There are no extraneous details, just pure, clean lines and surfaces. Traditionally, phones must have areas of non-metal for antenna signals. Now, we've leveraged our history of breakthroughs and manufacturing first to break down this last barrier, giving you a virtually all-metal phone. We've integrated the antenna into the aluminum, enabling a revolutionary breakthrough in fit and finish. HTC One leverages a technique we call zero-gap construction, which lets us create composite structures that are absolutely seamless. The result is a phone that feels solid and feels great.
I think what we really want to do when we're designing a phone is create a 360 experience, like a holistic, beautiful experience. The dream was really the zero-gap construction, to come up with a part that has no part breaks, no moving parts, that is completely seamless and is, as a part has a lot of integrity.
There's a lot of challenges to develop a phone like this.
There has been a legacy at HTC of material innovation and coming up with new manufacturing methods.
We use an electrochemical etching process directly on this metal surface. And what this does is create a nanomatrix structure.
I think the beauty really happens where engineering and design comes together and they work seamlessly and close together, take risks, be bold, and really try to come up with something new and innovative.
We created the CNC process using a special ball cutter that we designed to create this natural curve that fits in the palm of your hand.
What we're trying to do is have nothing that distracts you. There's no part break, there's no gap. You don't even pick up where the parts come together.
And what we use is a special diamond cutter to create this chamfer across the surface.
I think what we ultimately try to do is create a very simple and beautiful experience for the user.
In one word, this really is a breakthrough phone.
The new HTC One also feels super thin, with the edges tapering to less than 4 millimeters, making it feel really awesome in your hand. We've paid attention to the tiniest of details, like the matte aluminum finish on the back and front surfaces, to the way the Gorilla Glass seems to flow to the edges, the fit of the buttons, and the micro-drilled speaker holes. The new HTC One is the definitive smartphone of 2013, one that defines a new approach for our industry based on how people are actually using their phones today. A bold new experience with HTC Sense and Blink that puts your content and passions front and center. Audio designed to make your movies, videos, games, and calls sound so good, you won't believe they're coming from a phone. The ultra-pixel camera and HTC Zoe that redefine the very essence of photography, letting you relive and share those special moments. And an awesome design and build quality that feels like nothing else. I'd like to welcome Florian to the stage, who will tell you when you can get your HTC One.
Thank you very much, Scott. as you've just seen, the new HTC One isn't just the best Android phone to date. It is the best phone ever made. It's a bold new smartphone designed for a new era. So when can you get one? The new HTC One will launch around the world in more than 80 countries and regions, making this our biggest launch ever. And the new HTC One will enjoy unprecedented partner support, being available through more than 185 mobile operators, retailers, and distributors globally. And I'm very, very pleased that so many of our partners have been able to make it here to London today. Thank you. The new HTC One will be available for purchase starting from March and will be available for pre-order starting from today. Today, we also have a very special surprise for our fans and customers here in London. We're really excited to announce that for the very first time ever, consumers in London will be able to see and play with the HTC One today. One of our great retail partners, Phones for You, has opened their store in Oxford Street for us. In fact, they've turned the entire store into a center to experience the new HTC One. So let's have a look and see how our consumers and fans are eagerly waiting to get their hands on an HTC One. This is a live feed from Oxford Street, where they're going to open up the store in just a minute. And I hope you can feel some of the excitement that's going on there. And for all of you here, I would like to invite you to join us downstairs in the demo area and experience the new HTC One for yourselves. Thank you.